Good first session? All right, time to get stuck into the nitty-gritty. It was interesting, during the break somebody came up to me and said, can you not promote sending what I do offshore? And I thought, you know what, it's important that you learn how to make your business unique so people want to deal with you, because there are times when going offshore is not great and can be more work and you want to work with somebody locally. But you've got to be able to demonstrate why someone should deal with you over any competitor, and that you shouldn't compete on price. And today's a big part of today is learning how to make sure that we don't compete on price. So sometimes there are times when you'll want to work with somebody locally, because some of you are sitting there going, well, maybe what happens if my work gets offshored? Well, I can tell you now, we have a web development company. It's one of the companies that I own. Do you think that every day of the week we don't come up against an issue where someone's offshoring that, yes or no? Yeah. I can get a website built, a very complex website overseas, for 10% of what it would cost me here. That's just the reality. That's what's happening in today's... So we've got to learn how to compete. We've got to learn how to be different, how to be unique. And I can say, you know, I had a different web development company about 10 years ago, and our biggest job that we did was $130,000 to build a website. You wouldn't even come close to getting that these days. So you have to have a different plan, and you have to provide more. So my web development company is actually an online marketing company. We don't call it web development. Do we build websites? Yes. But we help you optimise them. We help you make sure that when people land on that page, they turn into paying customers. We help you with content creation. We help you make sure that it's an effective marketing tool, not just a website. So can the people in India do that? No. They don't understand marketing. They don't understand Australia. So it's our point of difference. Now, having said that, do we have a team of people in India that do the web development? Yes or no? Of course we do. I like making money. All right, good. But good question that I was asked at the break. Excellent point to bring up. Okay, so the 6 steps. I'm going to start working together with you on understanding some of the basic fundamentals of running a business. Now, before I do that, I'm going to take you through the 6 steps in a little bit more detail. Now, you might have seen these at an event with me previously, and that's cool. The repetition is the mother of learning. What is it? The repetition is the mother of? Learning. And if you want to earn more, you have to? So if you don't know this stuff back to front, guess what? You need to hear it again. Very important. Let's get stuck into it. So the 6 steps. Step 1, mastery. Mastery is the basic fundamentals of business, and I see too many people skipping the basics. We're going to talk about what the basics are and how to make sure that you're using these in your business to build a solid foundation. I'm also going to give you a stack of stuff to take away, like worksheets and tools to help you master the basics. Because I find that 9 out of 10 businesses are struggling because they haven't got the basic fundamentals right. That's it. And if you don't have the basic fundamentals right, then nothing else is going to work well for you. You're going to be working lots of hours. You're not going to be making much money. Systems aren't going to be working efficiently. You're not going to have the right people working for you. All of these things aren't going to be working well for you because you don't have the basics right. Now, it's common for it to happen because everyone likes a shortcut. I mean, look at this beautiful park we're in. It's got beautiful winding paths. You see all the beautiful park out there. Beautiful spot, isn't it? But I bet you if we go out there somewhere, we will find a path worn out across a shortcut somewhere in this park. Can we almost guarantee that? Yeah. Why is that? Because we like to take shortcuts. We like to get there as fast as we can. That's, we put a picture of a muffin on Facebook, we want 22 likes within a minute. Right? Everything's got to happen quickly, right? And so in business, I see too many people just jumping straight in without first taking the time to build the fundamentals. Now, this doesn't just happen in setting up your business, this happens in things like marketing. Even here today, I'm seeing people just forcing brochures and business cards in people's face. That's not how we do business anymore. That's called push marketing. We do a thing called pull marketing now, which is where we build a relationship. In fact, I'm writing a book which is KLT, Know, Like and Trust, Sales and Marketing in the New Millennium. Hopefully it'll be out by mid next year. I've got 3 books in the works for next year that I'm going to write. That's one of them, because I think people need to understand how marketing works these days. Okay, and it's the basic fundamentals of relationship building with people, getting to know people first before you ask for the sale. Make friends. Work out whether there's a synergy first and be okay if someone says no. That's the basic fundamentals of business. So, mastering. The second level is niche. Niche is about having predictable cash flow. See, why are you all here today? Because my marketing works. True? So you're all here today because my marketing works and I know my numbers. I know how to predictably grow my business. See, today, some of you will want more help. I just know that. How do I know that? Because we've done it before. And the same percentage every single time. When I run a free seminar and sell the workshop, a certain percentage buy every time. When I run a webinar, same thing happens. When we put it on Living Social, same thing happens. When we advertise it in an email newsletter, same thing. We know the numbers. It's predictable. If I wanted more people in this room, what would I do? More of the stuff that works. It's that simple. And it becomes a predictable cash flow. How many of you would like to have a marketing system in your business that when you turned it on, you just got customers? Who'd like that? Yeah, of course you would. It's the number one frustration for most people in businesses. They don't know how to predictably bring business through the door. Guess what? Today, we're going to talk about how to do that. Would that be a good thing to learn? Say yeah. Of course it would be. The second part of niche is then having what's called a USP, a unique selling proposition. If your USP is that it is you that answers the phone, that is dumb. Sorry if I've offended anybody. But you go, the reason my business is so good is because the customers deal directly with me. How many holidays can you take? No. And when you sell your business, what's it worth? Nothing. That's a stupid plan, by the way. Let's not make that plan today. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've had 2 hairdressing salons. Who'd like a haircut? I could do yours. And this is one of the challenges for tradespeople is people who are good at what they do usually start a business in that field and they end up doing all the work and then they are in this own self-belief that the reason the customers buy from them is because of them. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. And I know, because I used to be there. When I had my transport company, my belief was that every customer dealt with me because I was the Richie Cunningham of transport. Not because of the red hair, because I was the one person in transport that you could ring and get the truth. And that's what I marketed. And I made myself believe it. You can ring me at any time and I won't lie to you about when your truck was going to get there or when your freight was going to be picked up or if we were stuck in traffic. I just wouldn't do it, which is unheard of in transport. Everyone just says yes, gets off the phone and says, how am I going to do this? Instead, I'd say to a customer, you know what, I can look after you, but it's going to be 3 hours before I can get there. And customers soon learned that when Ben said we're going to be 3 hours, we'd be there in 2.5. When the opposition said they're going to be there in 3 hours, they'd be there in 5 hours. They soon learnt that. And every single one of my drivers knew that they had to ring me and tell me they were running late before the customer did or they didn't work for me anymore. That's how I used to operate. It was all about integrity. And I believe that's why customers came to me. Now, sure, it was the fact that we got there on time and we did what we were going to do, but it wasn't because of me. It was because of the policy and the procedure that I created within the organisation. I didn't have to be there. I thought I did. And that was a rod for what? My own back. So I know for some of you right now it's hard to understand how you're going to get out of that space, but you have to. You have to take that leap of faith and go, you know what? I'm going to start hiring other people to do what I do. How many of our clients, and we've got hundreds of them, do you think I personally coach? How many?
0.
None. Do you know why? Why don't I coach any? Because I'm not the best coach in my business. As much as I'd like to pretend I'm brilliant at coaching, I'm not. I get frustrated. You don't do your homework, I get frustrated. I don't want to know you. Simple. You don't move fast enough, and most people don't move at my speed. Most clients within 3 months, I go, you know what, I've had enough. I lose interest. I'm not the best coach. And coaching is not what I do 100% of the time. My business coaches are fully trained to coach businesses every day of the week, and they work with 15, 20 businesses. Are they going to be better and more experienced than me, yes or no? Yeah. It's naive for me to think that I can do a better job. I'm already doing 10 jobs. Everybody who owns a company is. I'm already spreading myself thin. Servicing the customers would just be a mistake. It would stop me from growing. If I serviced all of my customers, would we be a multi-million-dollar coaching organisation? No. No, because I can't make that happen on my own. Does it make sense? So it can't be a USP. Your unique selling proposition needs to be something more unique than that the competition is scared to copy. And we'll talk about it shortly. I'm actually going to give you a workbook to make it so you can work out what your USP is. Now, by the way, it'll take you about 6 weeks to discover your USP. It's not going to happen today. But I'm going to give you the workbook to use so you can survey your clients, you can look at your competitors, you can look at your own business so you can come up with a uniqueness so you don't have to compete on price. Because competing on price is a race to the bottom. That's all it is. Right? You don't want to do that. So that's niche. Level 3 then is leverage. Leverage is doing more with less. Doing more with less. Leverage is about systemising your business so you don't have to be there, so it's more efficient. If you do something more than once without systemising it, you are destined to do it forever. You'll get some, you're going to get some handouts soon. You are destined to do it. If you don't systemise it, you're destined to do it forever. And it's one of the best things I've ever done is recorded everything in my business. To the point where my team have audio training material that I recorded from the car. Unedited. There's one of them where I hit the horn and I swear at somebody. But it doesn't matter. It means I never ever have to do that training with a team member again. Is that a good idea? Hello? Yeah. And if you grab my laptop bag now, in there is my Zoom H2 recorder. It's about $160. It's a digital recorder. I have a little microphone you plug in the side, you clip it on here just like these, and you talk away. Instant training material. If you're driving in the traffic, guess what you could be doing? It's the same way I do blog posts. Clip it on, and I just record myself talking. Send it to the transcriber, instant blog post. Is that cool or what? It's leverage. Use every minute of your day. Do not waste it. Got to be leveraged. Systems. Systems are highly important. Got to have CRMs in place, which is customer relationship management tools. We use Infusionsoft. And a little bit later today, I'm going to have my good friend Christelle here who does our Infusionsoft. She's going to come and say good day, and you can say hello to it, because if you don't use some sort of program in your business to automate all your marketing, then you need to be. And Infusionsoft is an automated marketing platform. It's not just an email program, it's a CRM. And it does things based on behaviour. So, for example, there are some people that were booked in for today that just didn't get here. By now, they have an email asking them if everything's okay. Because as you got here, you got checked off in the system. The system knows you're sitting in this room right now. Now, if you were a prospect watching a video, the system knows you're doing that, or opening an email, the system knows what email you're opening and will send you marketing based on your behaviour. Whether you opened the email, if you didn't open the email, maybe you opened it and didn't click on a link, you'll get a different email sent to you. It's leverage, right? We don't want to have to manually do this stuff. It doesn't make any sense in our business at all when there's the technology out there now is so simple. Like you've all got smartphones, for example. Who hasn't got a smartphone? Anyone without a smartphone? No, everyone's got one. Besides, what, 1, 2 of you? But besides that, mate, you've all got HD video recorders. You've all got audio recording equipment in your pocket every day. How many of you are using them? You know, customer testimonials, upload straight to YouTube, things like that. Leverage everything. Use technology like it's going out of fashion. 4, team. Got to build a good team. On that note, I want you to give my team a round of applause, please. Give my team. Thank you. Takes a lot to put an event on like this, and they do it seamlessly. All I have to do is rock up. I had a cup of coffee waiting for me when I got here this morning, and that's it. That's team. Because systems are great, but you need a great team to run your systems. Now, if you want a great team, guess what? You have to be a great leader. No one wants to work for a douchebag, do they? You've got to provide a good working environment. So people actually want to come and do work, Jody, don't they? Sometimes. we have a lot of fun. And my team know I'm very accessible. I might have the CEO as my title, but guess what? I'm just part of the team too. I eat lunch with them every day. I don't make myself inaccessible. They can talk to me at any time. We have laughs together. After events, quite often we'll have a beer together. And we don't have to be best mates and hang out on the weekends, but you've got to have a team that you're happy to sit with and have lunch with at least. Got to build a great... I don't call them staff. Staff do staff all. Team. Together, everyone achieves more. Build a great team. But you've got to be a great leader. And I remember I struggled as my team grew, you know. As my team grew, I struggled with being... Because as soon as you start getting over 20 people, let me tell you, the dynamics change completely. When you have multiple businesses, again, changes completely. I had to learn to become a better leader. I just went and bought every leadership book I could find. And I consumed about 25 books in 6 weeks on leadership. And the best one I found, the best one, write this down, 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. It's an audio version as well from audible.com. That's easy to consume. Fifth is synergy. Someone at the beginning said they want to open more outlets or get more vans on the road or expand. Synergy is about expanding because once you've got your business so it works without you, guess what? You can now spend your time working on growing. So what happened to me about a year ago, just a little bit over a year ago, I only had a small territory in New South Wales, Sydney in fact. That's all I had as action coach. I did a deal with Brad and I said to Brad, how do I get the whole of the country? And then throw New Zealand in as well. Did a deal. So I said, all right, well this year we're going to work out how to market in areas where we don't have a database. So we started doing that. We started going to some regional areas where we just don't have a database, making sure we could still fill rooms up, and we've worked it out. Next year, Brisbane in March, Melbourne in April, starting to expand. You know, it's about synergy. Once it's systemised, we could put one of these events on anywhere, anytime, and the team know what to do. They didn't work out how to set it up this morning. Okay, it's all systemised to the point where they've got photos of layouts. There's checklists. It doesn't have to be complicated, it just has to be systemised. Okay, and then you can grow, synergy, which then gives you the results, which is what? Why did you go to business in the first place? What for? 2 things.
Make money.
Make more money and have more time. That's it. Make more money, which will give you more fun, won't it? Make more money, work less hours. I've never met a business owner that said, Ben, I went into business so I could work crazy hours, pay myself very little money and die early of a heart attack. True? Never met someone that said that. They've always said, I want to make more money, I want to be my own boss, I want freedom, I want all of these things. Yet so many people don't know how to get there. Why? Because they take that shortcut and they skip the basic fundamentals. And then you spend your life putting out fires.